Well, it's known as the occult, really. I didn't know that at the time. I used to watch a program on TV called Most Haunted. That's probably sparked my interest in kind of ghosts and spiritual world. I even went to see one of the psychics that's on there. I just, in the hope that I would get some message. I remember going to spiritualist churches, sitting in the crowd waiting for a message from someone who had passed away. Most people in that room with me those nights were all vulnerable. They'd lost someone, or there's things going on in their life that they just wanted answers to, or some form of healing, We used to go out on ghost hunts a lot, and I just looked up and saw someone sitting in a chair and their reflection in a mirror, but there was nobody in the chair. But I could see their face, and their face was looking at me, and it wasn't a human face, and it was very scary and creepy and kind of smirked at me, almost mocking me. It was, and it terrified me. I suppose I just wanted to prove that there was more than just what you see with your own eyes, and that was the proof. But at the same time, it wasn't comforting. It was scary and dark. But Naomi would invite me to the Christmas services. She'd come to church. I just said yes one year, and I went. And a group of people that just were kind and thoughtful. And I remember Simon saying, just ask Jesus into your life, and just pray that prayer one night and see what happens. And so I did. I just prayed that prayer, and I was like, Lord, if you really are true, I'm here, and I'm willing to kind of follow you. If you could, I just need a bit of help, and I'm sorry for everything I've done. I've done some really dark things, and then that was it. There was no dramatic change. It was quite slow. So I got rid of lots of things in my life over a period, I think, of a few months. So I had tarot cards, and I got rid of. I filled a big bin bag of stuff from my past. I knew that if I trusted in Jesus, I'd be okay. And he'd protect me, and he'd guide me, and I'd always have him there. And that wasn't scary, and that was really solid and safe, and I knew that he loved me. Whereas the occult was the opposite of that. Even the people who were part of the groups I was in were just dodgy people. They weren't trustworthy, and I didn't feel safe with them. It starts very subtly. Like for me, it was crystals as well, and thinking that crystals had power to heal and make changes in your life. And that's what people buy into. And I see a lot of people like that who I talk to. That's not the answer. It's meaningless. It's a placebo. It's really not where you're going to find your answers and your comfort. You get that from Jesus, following Jesus, and he will be the only one that makes that hole filled that you've got. Or, I think all that sort of stuff is so unfulfilling. There's a constant seeking and a constant searching for answers and for the right thing. You just never find it because you're looking in the wrong place. I used to get quite scared of the dark and, being alone at night. And I just remember that Jesus has the power to cast that all out, and I have nothing to fear anymore.